say we have been faced with a situation that we are about a disunity.
What? Speak up a little.
We are about a disunity concerning of I and I rights, and concerning of a system that was oppressed us illegally. And over the years, we seem to blame one side of the kind. Because when we examine the thing, when I personally examine it, I see that we're being brutalized by a state. And the state of Jamaica is not only the GLP party. The state to me is comprised of both parties in Jamaica. While the Coral Garden, the GLP was a government at that time, wherein blames come straight to the GLP party. But I am saying, personally, what role did the PNP party play when that brutality was coming from the GLP party? There a word from the PNP. PNP remains silent. The churches also remain silent. So I analyze it personally, that silent means consent. And what I believe is that for us to get justice, and we have to move to the right process to blame who is to be blamed. Not only a one-sided thing. You understand? So in other words, the same role that we are moving to, we have to realize that it's still two sides to the coin. And we must understand that clearly, and we're still adding the third kind, the third part, which is the church. Now this brutality was coming from 1937, as Prophet referred to, when we were identified as a cult. When we declare His Imperial Majesty as the Almighty, and that is where the church stepped in. Guys, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it's just like Daniel and the lion. Don't praise your God, I will eat you. And we see the consequences that those brethren suffer. And it seems when I and I declare His Imperial Majesty, this is where our big fight starts. So we need to make the world know that the responsibility of the state don't comprise just the GLP party alone. It comprises the PNP party also, and even the church. Now, the thing about coming together as unity, right? Up to now, the community is, I've never seen where a community, a Rastafari community, have addressed these issues. These issues is coming through the Naya being, it comes through the bubble and it comes through the village. But what we need now is to establish a community by forming a letterhead. Where that this letterhead represents the community. That when we send out message through this letterhead, then we send it through the community. Not only through the bubble, not only through the Naya being or only through the territory, but through the community. So I'm saying to the Rastafari community now who is present here, that we need to endorse a letterhead that represents the community. That when this letterhead is used, then this question of not united will be removed. So this is another thing. I personally, as the acting chair of the Rastafari Millennium Council, is seeking for us to prepare a letterhead representing the community of the Rastafari community. And this is the way we establish a one voice. So I still give thanks for this little presentation, which I want to make this a long time, especially that the state is not only the jail. The state comprises of the church, the PNP party, and the jail party. Give thanks.
I don't know how long the meeting will be, but I have to take my leave. That's why I wanted to just acknowledge and say give thanks for being here, because I have to take my leave shortly. And I was asking the chair for a moment if I could make a remark. Please?
Good.
give thanks and honors. I is the jazz match the artist. I'm from the Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and I have been the house. I is also the chair of the Haile Selassie Foundation for Law and Society, an organization of 7 Rastafari attorneys, including from the Bingi House, the Baba Shanti, the 12 tribes of Israel, and internationally as well. I'm also legal counsel to IDOR, Universal Development of Rastafari, a Washington-based non-profit organization. And I give thanks to be here, and what I have said is very important, that the Rastafari movement is one of the most powerful urban force right now in terms of cultural urban development. And the is also correct. Brother Mike over there, Archer Mike, even is known internationally as the one that assists the Rastafari community. I'd like to say that I was not very clear as to what the objectives of the meeting were, except the point of unity that was brought forward. And I'd like to advise my brothers and sisters that the unity that is needed in order to use the government as a glue together will have to come internally. And much of the items that are being discussed here will have to be discussed internally among the houses. The Millennium Council, the work that it is doing is very evident. And I give thanks to the island gathering and hope that His Majesty will bless the island that the tourism will be fruitful and successful and productive. And I will have to take I leave right now, and I give thanks for being here as well. Give thanks, Mama John, for inviting I here, and I give thanks unto His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, the Almighty Rastafari.
And I take it that your legal experience and acumen is available to the Rastafari.
The community is very well aware. I have heard the name of Marcus Duff mentioned a number of times. He's the president of Haile Selassie Foundation for Law and Society. Just like the rest of the organizations, Millennium Council started in 2007, emerging with the discovery of Rastafari at the Smithsonian, looking to protect the IP of Rastafari. Very good space that they look to move forward on. But these things have to be done and dealt with internally and collectively, because even though, as the said, we can have unity around an issue, but if there are 3 communities that is claiming the issue, it's still going to have a problem. So the community internally have to, come together. Marcus Goff is here. Empress Marina Blake is from the Baba Shanti House. Everyone that is here knows these ones very well as well. So I have to come together. Even I internationally. We focus a lot of our work on Shashamani. A lot of development and work is happening there. Looking for the Jamaican community to come together in unity so I can assist as well with what is happening collectively. For these words I give thanks and Isis and ask Haile Selassie to let the words of I mouth, the agitation of I heart, and I works and action be acceptable unto the Most High Selassie. And I rock and I give the one that long live it and reign it forever and ever. Emperor Haile Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks and Isis, my brothers and sisters. Blessed love.
I've been in Washington National.